one. Welcome to another episode of the fucking Farmer's Tan and the Silver Fox, pal. Straight in off a fresh haircut here, looking like a full-blown fucking traveller, accompanied by my man, P.O.B.G. What's happening?
I'm looking fresh to death.
Not really, pal. Looking a bit scorched. If I had it, I was like someone who looked fresh, and then you kind of fucking put them in the oven for a couple of seconds, and that's kind of getting the territory there. Look at that.
Okay, a bit medium well, but
Back
bought in fresh, now medium well.
Death neck. It's the fucking. You can see it, man. I don't even know if you can with the light, but
You know, we can fucking see it. Even we could see it if the lights were off. We could see that Farmer's Tan if you were standing on the other side of the fucking camera. I could hear it.
Beautiful, man. Fucking beautiful. What was I going to say to you there? Yeah, a bit fucking. If anyone's looking, actually, I do look a bit fucking bizarre. Because the thing in the haircut there, did you ever get the old death razor blade out for you at the end? Do they where they fucking like not even like they properly like it's like a cutthroat fucking razor they get and they skim down the sides. Makes you feel old fucking red raw feeling, but it's all I gave her a tip for it. Fair play. Fucking serious.
That's the tip. I'm going tomorrow now.
What?
Getting fresh. I'm going tomorrow after work, getting fresh for the old fucking summit.
Where do you get your hair cut again?
I get mine cut in RB Barber Club in Crumlin Road, off Crumlin Road.
Yup.
Old school barber.
The thing about part of Dublin that Peter's from, they're very good at cutting hair. You'll always find a fucking good barbers around. That's what I noticed about that part.
Yeah, there's like 3 on every fucking street in Crumlin Village.
Literally, man. Literally.
Yeah, like Turkish barbers and all.
Which is a classic. Always a classic. Here's one for you. I went into a Turkish barber's, right? And I've met plenty of Turkish people, great people.
Full disclaimer.
Massive disclaimer. I'm not a bigoted racist. I'm not an Islamophobic. But what I will say is I went into a Turkish hairdresser. So he was a good guy. He was a nice guy. And we were having a chat. And as he was starting to cut my hair, and I was like, "Oh, how long you been running the shop?" And he was like, "Oh, about 2 years." And I was like, "Okay, cool. Where were you before?" I was like, "I was back home. I was in Turkey." He was like, "Oh, you were in Turkey. Cool. What did you used to do in Turkey? Were you cutting hair as well?" No. I was like, "What were you doing in Turkey?" The word that he used, he was the guy he used to strip. He used to basically take the guts out of cow carcasses in some fucking slaughterhouse.
He's death with a blade.
And I was like, right, that was 2 years ago, was it? And I was like, the haircut came out looking like Eddie Murphy from fucking Trade.
Did he hang you upside down to cut your hair?
That was literally it, man. Down the middle with the old fucking buzzsaw, and you're gone.
So do you not have your barber? Or are you a fucking man barber?
I'm fucking shit with that stuff, man. I would for a while. Went to fucking get my hair cut. I used to get my hair cut in Abner Brown's and fucking Rat's Mines when I was living in town. Then one of them asked me for PT, and then turned out to be a bit weird. So we started.
I have to close that door. I haven't had my haircut since.
That was a bit strange. I won't say much, but it got a bit weird. So didn't go there anymore. And
he started to brush the bridge of his dick on your shoulder when he's cutting your hair.
Bit like that,
yeah.
That's exactly what happened.
I get it.
Yeah, you knew. Look, he got that razor blade out, held it to my neck. Right, chefs, here's the episode.
Let's jump into it.
Let's fucking get into the nitty gritty, pal. This episode is the problem is not out there, motherfucker. It is not out there. All right. I've been thinking about this for the past couple of days. Every couple of months, I'll go back and I'll literally dive into what a chef's life is. Like I'll literally dive in and fucking go back to the very foundation of what Chef Fit is about, who the fuck we serve, what we're about, what we're trying to achieve, what the impact actually is. And I have to go back and I have to do my fucking research on this shit. You know, like there's a reason that I'm able to speak. Obviously, I've gone through the life, but I'm not a technically trained chef the way Peter is, and I don't have nearly that. I don't have that experience. You know what I mean? Catering and service industry was my background, but I know a chef inside out, like the fucking back of my hand. And that comes down to putting in the repetitions of fucking learning it and researching and asking and questioning and fucking diving deeper and deeper and deeper. So I had to do that recently. I really had to do that recently because Chef Fit is a movement that has evolved massively since day one, and it continues to evolve. And what I realized was that this industry is obviously extremely unfair, and you've got a lot of people within the industry that are horrendously treated. And we talked about this before, but basically it's apparent that restaurants need to change how they do fucking business, because chefs are getting destroyed. So the end result of the industry being bullshit is that chefs are they're in a very bad way physically and therefore mentally. Now, my thing and my message is, if the industry won't change, you must change the people within the industry. That's the thing that I've been kind of getting into now, right? We must, if you want this industry to change, you're going to have to be the change you want to see in the world. And I maybe wasn't thinking like that when I started Chef It, but now I have proof. Now I have evidence to show that it can be done, you know? And I look at guys and it's like fucking Peter. I look at fucking Al Sperrin. I look at Liam Kiernan. I look at even the guys doing mental hours. Like we got a guy, Peter Jackson, who's in he's in Clare in Spanish Armada. He's not on the spot. I think that's the name of the hotel. He's not actually.
Name of the hotel, yeah.
Not a conquistador. He's not invading the America. He's not fucking America for the first time. That's not even a valid reference for history there. It's actually shocking. Anyway, he works for the conquistadors. It was with fucking Oliver Cromwell there. So anyway, he works out in Clare. He works mad fucking hours, and like really ridiculous hours, like working, like I think he's worked 4 weeks in a row. And I still see him involved, and I still see him trying to push himself and get done what he can get done, even though he's working a fucking 80-hour week. And he's still there, and he's still wanting to be a part of it. And he said his headspace is a completely different thing.
He's there daily. He's with us every single day.
Totally.
Every single day.
And what I've realized when I look at guys like that is like, that's the evidence to show that it's possible, that it can be done. So what I've realized is that if we're going to shift this industry and we're going to change it, we need to be the fucking change within it. For a lot of chefs, you definitely have to understand that as bad as the industry might be, as underpaid and overworked as you might be, you know, there's definitely a disparity between work done and work paid. I think I saw my brother say that in a fucking magazine the other day, and it was such a good point. He's like, there's a massive disparity between work done for chefs and work paid to chefs, you know. But again, your decisions are your own. You've got to remember that. I made bad decisions in the industry, but again, in hindsight, they were my decisions. I put myself in those positions. I made the decision to do drugs every weekend. I made the decision to drink and smoke weed every single night. I made the decision not to fucking have my food sorted and do a food shop for the week, so I'm picking at shit constantly. I made the decision to fucking stay up till 4 a.m, so I need 15 copies. Well, actually, probably need about 12 shots of espresso in a day to get myself through. You know, I was doing 6 fucking double espressos a day, easy. So that's 12 shots of espresso. But again, they were all my decision to make. Do you understand? And because they were my decision to make, you got to understand that in your position, you're probably going, oh, well, it's the fucking work, and it's this, and it's the fucking hours, and it's that. And you could be justified in getting a pat on the back there. And I get it, and I understand what you're going through. But the reality is...
Because it is true as well, because they are doing them hours, and that is shit. But then you look at the example that you used there on Peter Jackson. He had to work harder for this to work for him. And now the fact that he's still doing all that, and he's killing it himself within Chef Fit, and he's still doing the work, and he's looking after himself more, then the fact that he is doing them hours, he's a testament to how this works.
Totally.
And like I said, you have to start with yourself. He didn't turn around and change the industry, try and change the industry. He didn't do what 99% of chefs do and just quit and leave the job and go somewhere else and then let the same shit happen again. He started with himself, he improved himself, and he worked it into his own life.
Totally. And when you're in that circumstance, it's so easy to blame. It's so easy to pass the buck. It's so easy to quit. It's so easy to fucking point the finger and go, it's this, it's that, you know, it's this, that, and the other. But what I've realized is when you go to fix this, you do 2 things. So You have these massive problems in your life. You're physically completely out of shape. Mentally, you're in a dark spot. Energy levels are fucking shot. Motivation to do anything is shot. And when you get to a point where your back is at the wall and you're like, I can't fucking take this shit anymore, I feel like dog shit, you'll try shit. You'll try and do something about it. And what chefs will always try and do is the thing that requires the least work. And that's the quick fix. That's the fucking, especially a lot of the bigger chefs that I talk to, the lads who are overweight, they'll usually go to something like Slimming World. They'll go to Weight Watchers. They'll go to fucking Herbalife. Some bollocks, some absolute shite. You know what I mean? That's the reality of a lot of those things. They are fucking bollocks. In my opinion. Obviously, if you use it and you can make gains out of it, fair play to you. I put hats off to you. Do you know what I mean? I'm not putting anyone down for doing something. But if you're a chef and you're trying that shit, it's like, listen, you're doing that thing, or you're going and trying some other kind of quick fix, or you're trying to find your way around doing the fucking work, and you're looking for a supplement or something along those lines. And this is what I like to call the red pill. And I always create this argument. There's a red pill and there's a blue pill, like the Matrix, okay? The red pill is the bad one. In the film, I think it's different, but I see the red pill as the bad one and the blue pill is the good one, okay? And the red pill is that whenever you try something, your mindset towards trying something to change your life is, I'm going to hate doing this the whole time. I'm going to hate my life while I'm doing this thing. And I'm just hoping that it's going to work very quickly so I don't have to keep suffering my way through it. Like that's the attitude and the mindset towards most people doing things. That's people who are yo-yo dieters. They just keep trying diets because they're trying this diet and, oh, fuck, well, if I just eat ketogenic for 3 days, hopefully some fucking mental breakthrough happens and your life changes. And it's like, no. It's that whole mindset of being instantly gratified. You know, we're so instantly gratified that you'll do something for a couple of days, and if you don't lose weight and you step on the scales and you look at it and it's like, that's not what I wanted, you'll just give up. That's what instant gratification is. You want to do something right now to get the result, and if you don't get the result right now, you're going to quit and you're going to give up. And that's what you've always done. The classic for a lot of chefs is going, my situation is shit, I need to change because I feel like dog shit, so I'm going to try this thing. You do it for a week, you do it for 2 weeks, you might even do it for 3 weeks, you know? You might actually get to a point where it's like, shit, I can actually sustain this thing, but then something happens, work gets busy, you know? You get put in the shit on a Saturday night and you get stressed out, you end up having a couple of beers on that Saturday night, you end up staying up later than you should have. You wake up the next morning, you thought you were going to go to the gym, but you feel like dog shit, you slept in, so you fucking say, fuck it, I'll leave it, and you don't do it. And then all of a sudden your Sundays are right off and you wake up on Monday and it's like, why even bother? And then you stop completely. And that's what you do every single time. And you repeat the process over and over and over again. And I'm going to tell you this one thing. The problem is instant gratification. The problem is you're not fucking looking at the thing the way you should be looking at it. And this is my argument. You have a blue pill. There's another way. There's another option. There's another way. There's another option. As opposed to trying to fix your problems with a quick fix, as opposed to trying to solve your issues with a fucking diet or a program or some external piece of information where someone's just going to hand you this thing on a fucking piece of paper. Hey, go to a PT, write this out. You do me a gym program. Yeah, man. Yeah, fucking here you go. Fucking, yeah, 3 sets of 10 on a fucking squat, dickhead. There you go. And do you know what you do? You do jack shit with it because it doesn't matter what's on the fucking paper. That doesn't mean anything. It's you and your actions and your attitude that brings that information on the paper to life. And if you're not willing to fucking, you know, adopt a mindset of attack, and sustain it and don't give up, then it's not going to happen. If you're instantly gratified and you try things and you dip your foot in the water like, put the whole foot in, nah, it's not working. You know, if that's your attitude and that's your mentality towards things, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. You need to be all in. You need to be all in. You need to fucking burn the boats at the fucking harbor and you need to back yourself to go forward. And when you make a decision to back yourself when you've failed enough times, because when you fail enough times, you'll eventually either do 2 things, give up completely or get so sick of fucking giving up that you double down. I mean, if you decide to double down, this is what the blue pill is. The blue pill is the following. The blue pill is fucking not pretty, not fucking easy, but it's very simple. It's routine, Routine that becomes habit, habits that become rituals, rituals that then seed into your belief. Let me say that again, because I'm not a fucking shaman. Routines become habit. What's a routine? A routine is waking up and going through a process to get a result. So what does that mean? For me, when I wake up in the morning, I wake up at 5:30, and my morning process is to get my head out of my hole and into a positive space so I can attack my day. And I fill myself with positivity and I fill myself with energy. Cool. So what's my morning routine look like? Up at 5:30, 10 minutes, then I meditate, write down my shit in my journal, do my 10 minutes of mobility and fucking, get my body in motion. If I haven't said meditation, I do a meditation. I probably said that twice. I did say that twice.
You said it a couple of times, yeah.
Meditate twice, pal. I actually do. I do tantric breathing and then I do meditation. Fucking flippy floppy shit. But listen, stick with me. So that's my first 30 minutes of being awake. Breathing, breath work, meditation, and fucking stretching. And then I take my CBD and my fucking pint of water. Then the 15 minutes after that are I go downstairs, I get my fucking diary out and I write down my intentions for the day. I write down my goals and I journal. If there's something in my mind, if there's a feeling, let's say it's a negative feeling, I journal this I journal this down. Yeah. Like, let's say I made a mistake of smoking a joint the night before, right? Let's say I made a mistake of smoking a joint the night before. I used to do this where I would find myself waking up with this negative annoyance with myself. I'm just like, fuck, why the fuck did you do that? And I wouldn't feel myself. Sorry, I'm trying to stop the screen flashing. I wouldn't feel myself. So the only way that I could do that in that journaling is to get that out, is I would journal it. I would write down exactly how I felt, what happened, what the mistake was, what I'm going to fucking do going forward. And what my intention is going to be for the rest of the day to fucking rectify that mistake. And then I write down my timeline, and then that takes me up to 6:15. My first 45 minutes has the same fucking routine every day, every fucking day. 45.
About getting your fucking head straight.
Now, obviously, I'm not saying that that's what you need to do, but that's what routine is. Structure. My phone, Google Calendar, I get reminded on when I'm doing shit. Then 6:15, I pack my fucking shit into my gym bag and I go to the gym. And then I train for an hour to an hour and a half. I then come back. And it's like, that's my routine every single time. Do you understand? It's like, first 45 minutes, get your head out of your arse. Then for an hour, hour and a half, you go and train. I'm home by fucking 8:30 in the morning and I'm ready to go. And it's like, shower, eat, shit, shave, whatever the fuck you got to do. And it's 9 o'clock, we're rocking and rolling, and the train moves out. But here's the thing. I've done that so many times that routine starts to become a habit. And now I've gone from someone who wasn't a morning person, who fucking hated training in the mornings, who thought they needed loads of sleep, who didn't have the fucking energy, who didn't have this and who didn't have that. And I doubled the fuck down and I did it until it became easy. That's how you build habits deliberately. Do you understand? You build habits deliberately. This is the blue pill. You don't realize that your problems are actually at the core level here. Like, if you were to just give yourself a routine to do on a daily basis and you did it enough times that it became habit, you'd fucking change your life. Like, morning routine is vital. Peter, you obviously work at the fucking crack of dawn, so you try and get done what you can get done. But even at that, Tuesdays, Thursdays, you still see fucking Peter up for a run in the morning before work.
Because you have to. That's the habit. That's the ritual.
Yeah. It's not.
It's also another side of me going, right, this is what I have to do today. And I know Tuesday's podcast day. Yeah. Thursday is training day with the football team. Now, training is out for the summer, but I do have the habit of getting up and getting it done early when I can.
There you go. Fucking in a nutshell. It's not pretty. This is the message. This is the shit that no one tells you. This is why the fitness industry is going down the fucking tubes right now.
Cam, I've taken the red pill and the blue pill.
Yeah.
Totally. I took the blue speckled pills as well.
Yeah, exactly.
But the red pills did. The red pill obviously never worked for me, and many different variations of it. And now, like on Monday, that at 3:15 there's going to be a live video for me. Going, guess what, lads? Monday, it's 3:30. Where am I going? I'm going to the fucking gym. Why am I going to the gym? Because on Monday, that's what we do.
Yep. There we go.
And it's automatic. And the habits of not that it's spilled over, but like my wife knows that on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I'm coming home afterwards because I'm going straight to the gym. Yeah. Tuesday morning, up today, 6:10, I was out the door and I was running down the road. And it was just a habit.
Yeah, totally. It's not pretty. The fitness industry is going down the fucking tubes right now because people are waking up to the bullshit. And I hope you realize this. Like, this is your issue, is that you're not waking up to the bullshit. Sorry, I'm trying to stop this light. There we go. So I'm trying to illuminate the fact that you really need to understand that there is no such thing as a biological free lunch. What does that mean? It means that nothing good comes easy. Nothing good's going to come easy. There's no such thing as a biological free lunch. What goes up must come down. Go and do some drugs there. You feel great for a fucking hour or two, then you're in death's door afterwards. It's like, there's no such thing as a biological free lunch. That's a fucking well, actually a good example for chefs. Majority is their fucking lunatics.
Yeah, big time, yeah.
But like, this whole idea of that you're going to do absolutely fuck all work, you're going to take the easy option and then you're going to change your life is not going to happen. Like, the way that you change your life is that you have routines and you develop habits based on those routines. And that's not pretty. It's very simple, but it's not pretty. You know, like, it's not pretty waking up at 5:30 in the morning when you don't want to wake up and you have to do all this shit. Like, none of that stuff is pretty. It's difficult. It's fucking hard. But again, you do it enough times to the point where you have the habits. And then you have rituals built over time. Like, a ritual is like a thing that you go and do that's, as Peter's saying there, eventually it's habitual to go and exercise, but then it starts to become an even deeper thing where it's like, no, Monday nights are fucking, like, Monday night is, that's fucking squat day. Like, Wednesdays are fucking upper body. Like, Friday I'm going in to do my deadlifts. Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm going for a fucking run. And then Saturday I'm going for a park run. Though he's done that enough times to become ritual. And once you have a ritual, boom, it becomes a totally different kettle of fish, because now you've got these pillars, like this rock solid thing in your life where you believe in it. You believe in the fucking journey. You believe in what you're doing on a daily basis. You believe it because that's who you are now. And when you change who you are, you go past that point of no return. And that's
very true, actually, because when the rituals, when it becomes habit of doing it, the actual physical part of actually going and getting the thing done isn't the issue anymore. Well, not the issue, but it isn't the focus anymore. It's now, for me, it's becoming the effort and the targets and the goals, rather than the fact, oh well, I did it. I went to the gym.
Yeah.
That's not that's not what I'm there for now. It was never what I was there for. But the fact of getting there and doing it isn't what I'm after. What I'm after now is the results and the goals and the extra couple of kilos, a few seconds shaved off.
Totally. But that's like what comes with the territory of of becoming, adept at a goal, at a skill. It's like fucking anything. And that's why, it's been an illuminating one for me, because that's been me my whole life. I was always an athlete. So like, the gym has never been something that hasn't been there. Do you know what I mean? It's always been a part of my life. And what that means is, and the same thing with yourself, Peter, is that now it's become part of who you are. And when it's part of who you are, you'll actually take action to fucking maintain that identity. I know this is getting slightly off topic, but you'll go more than 3 days a day training and you'll be like, the fuck? I think I went.
I can't look at myself.
Yeah.
Swear to God.
Yeah, and I think I did the same recently. I think it was either a Saturday. I trained really hard Monday through Friday, and then Saturday I'd went for a walk with Ella, and then Sunday I could even feel like I felt weird because I hadn't, it's been 48 hours since I fucking like sweated and like, gotten some fucking aggression out, and I could feel the anxiety building up in me. But what that means is, it's like, it's part of who I am. And when I'm not doing it, it feels weird. So you need to get it to the point where it's part of who you are. And if you don't make it part of who you are, then you're never going to fucking sustain what you're doing. You can't just fucking do things banging your head against the wall. That can't be the fucking way to go about it. It needs to be, you need to enjoy the process, embrace the process, do this shit day to day, the stuff that's not pretty, do the work on a daily basis. Go back and listen to our episode, Do the Work or Die. It's like, do the work on a daily basis. Do it till it becomes easier. Do it
every day.
Yeah. Do it till it becomes automatic, and then do it till it's a part of your life that fits in around everything else. that it's not just something that you're dipping your foot in the water with. So again, to recap this whole thing, it's like that blue pill, the routines, the rituals, the habits, all of those things, that is the top layer, but you got a foundation, right? The foundation, the blue pill, the foundation. You have to live by principle to operate that way. You have to live by principle to operate that way. What does that mean? It means these are the two laws that are in your life that if you break them, you're never going to make it happen. Yeah. If you want to make habits a thing, if you want to make routines a thing, if you want to make fucking rituals a thing, and you want to believe in yourself and you want to get past that point of no return, two things. One, ownership. Own your fucking life. Own your life. Yeah. Own your fucking life. Ownership might make sense to you. I'll tell you what does. Own your shit. Own your decisions, own your successes, own your failures. Realize that everything in our life is a choice. We all have a fucking choice. If I'm in a car crash, it might be weird to say that it's my fault, but if I had left fucking 30 seconds sooner, I mightn't have been in a car crash. That's extreme ownership, but that's kind of what I mean. Do you understand? And it's like, it's not that that's the best thing to be doing. It's like, if you want to make changes in your life, you must own everything happening in your life, you know? It's always on us. My problem is always me. And I catch myself doing this. The second I start looking for someone to blame, it's like, fuck, Cameron, it's you, man. Like, you need to fucking step back here and look at your situation. And it always turns out to be true. It's always true. So if you want to have habits and you want to have fucking routines, it's like, that's going to require you to identify that your life is not working out. For a lot of chefs, it might be the routine of, I can't put a routine in place. I don't have time. Well, take ownership of the fact that you don't have time. What are you spending your time doing? Oh, well, I don't have fucking, like I don't have time. Like I'm in work at fucking 10 o'clock. What time are you waking up at? 9:30. It's like, and what time are you going to bed? Fucking 3:30. It's like, yeah, no fucking shit, Sherlock. Of course you don't have fucking time. It's like, what time you finished in work? 11:30. You're going to bed at 3:30 and you're finishing at 11:30. It's like, dude, you could be in bed at fucking, it would be, if you could easily
take 3 of them 4 hours, get an extra hour's sleep and get up 2 hours earlier, and I fucking swear to God your life will change instantly. The very first day.
Big time. Make that
very first day.
But that's ownership. That you don't fix that unless you take ownership of it. You don't fix it unless you unless you own it. Unless you go, I don't have time, but there's a reason I don't have time. Maybe I'm not making fucking time. What can I do here to fix this? What can I do to solve the problem? Instead of going, well, it's fucking work. It's fucking hours and it's time and it's fucking this. And it's like, great, man. Happy days. Pat on the fucking back for you. Keep enjoying that shit life you're living. It's like, it's not going to change unless you start owning it. Do you understand? So that's number one. So if you want to establish routines, habits, rituals, all of that shit, it's going to require ownership. The second principle, and sorry, before I move on, if you break that law, if you don't take ownership, things spiral. You have not been held accountable for your actions up to this point, and you've blamed the industry for your actions, and now your life is in fucking turmoil. That's your fault. The industry is a load of bollocks. I get it. I sympathize with you. You're working harder than 90% of the human population. I get it. I'm with you, man. Totally. But at the end of the fucking day, if you start blaming other people for the actions that you took, your life is going to go off the fucking rails. And me and Peter have both experienced that. I experienced that firsthand. My life's shit. My job's fucking shit. And I work harder than everyone else. That was my attitude. Yeah? And guess where that fucking got me? In a fucking massive state of depression. Smoking fucking 5 joints a night, drinking my fucking face off, eating shit, and I let go of myself, even though I was supposed to be an athlete. That's where it got me. You understand? That's where it got me. That's what happened when I broke the law of ownership. And as a result, because I broke the law, I was never able to establish good habits. I was never able to establish belief in myself. I was never able to establish routines and rituals. So that's number one. Number two is discipline equals freedom. Talk about this before.
Preach.
Like, if you're not, like, the routine means fuck all if you're not disciplined enough to show up and do it. The discipline means, the habits aren't going to happen unless you're disciplined enough to take enough action to fucking make habits. The rituals are never going to be there unless you've taken enough action to actually fucking establish a routine, a ritual for yourself. And you're never going to believe in yourself if you keep fucking procrastinating. You're never going to believe in yourself if you keep going, It's grand, I'll leave it tomorrow. It's like, no, a disciplined person wakes up with fucking venom in their fucking, venom and fucking vigor, grits their teeth and goes and does it. Disciplined people do it when they don't want to do it. Disciplined people
without knowing that they're doing it.
Yeah, they do it when they don't want to fucking do it. That's the most important thing. All of us have voices. All of us have fears. All of us have resistance. All of us have excuses. But it's what you do in the face of that that's important. So, you're instantly gratified, chef. You keep trying shit. It's not going to happen. Stop waiting for something external to come and save your life. It's not going to work. You need to stop being instantly gratified and you need to start committing yourself to the blue pill instead of the red pill. Blue pill. Fucking do the shit that nobody wants to do. That's establish routines and structure. That's make habits out of that routine and structure. That's fucking create a long-term ritual where it's part of who you are. And then the belief and the shift in who you are becomes a real thing. That's only going to be made possible if you take ownership of everything in your life and you realize that your problems actually all have solutions as opposed to just being fucking panted off as the industry's fault. And then discipline is the thing that's actually going to allow you to carry out. And if you break both of those laws, your life's full. Simple as. It's very, very simple.
The way chefs work is a result of the red pill. The reason why they want the instant gratification is because that's what the job is.
Yeah.
Your job is always judged on how you are exactly right now, how this dish is going for this particular table on this night of service. It has nothing to do with tomorrow. It has nothing to do with yesterday. It's only the last plate. If this one is good, you're in good terms. If the last one is bad, you're in bad terms. So the red pill is just a normal way of working for a chef, for a lot of chefs.
Totally. And I get that. Totally get that. And I
get it. So I totally understand. Like, you know what I mean? Here, if the red pill worked, we'd all fucking take it.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? So if that type of style of work works for chefs, I'm always giving out. I'm not giving out, but I've got no time left for #chef life. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm done with it. I've done with it a long, long time. But I still understand the red pill side of things. Yeah. From how you work, because of the madness of it. So I am sympathetic towards it, and I did try the red pill, but I know it doesn't work. You have to start with yourself.
Yeah, and you have to start realizing that if you want to fucking make it work, you have to do the thing that works and stop doing the thing that doesn't work. You know what I mean? And
the answer isn't out there. Start with yourself.
Yeah, exactly. Like, not that it's supposed to be a fuck you, you're a fucking gimp. It's like, it's always, everything we're saying it might hurt your feelings, but the reality is it works. And if you do what we're fucking saying here, you'll make it happen. So that's our episode for today, guys. Give it a fucking thumbs up, give us a subscribe, give us a follow, give us a share amongst your friends.
Yeah, give us a shout out.
Yeah.
I know I always say this, but chef, you're listening to this for a reason, and I guarantee you know somebody else that needs to hear this. Share it once, save a chef, save yourself.
Yeah.
Let's go, champs.
You better believe it, son. Right, chefs, that's our episode for today. Stay safe.